Welcome to Hey EW. I am RJ City, and my guest is Bryan Danielson. Hey.
Hi. Hey.
Good. Great stuff. Great stuff. When are you going to start phoning it in?
I mean, probably for this interview.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Because
Yeah.
you do have a lot of great matches. You know, it's like,
Okay.
whoa, here comes Bryan having another great match.
Yeah.
It's just like we got it already.
Yeah. Would it be better for me to not put forth my best effort?
I think so. I think you've earned it. You know, you've earned the right to coast a little. Maybe get to that honky-tonk man stage of kick, 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 see you at the merch table.
But I think I suppose that could be true, but then I would just stop.
No. Okay, see, this is where you're incorrect. The matches are always good, so they're so predictable in their quality. If you were a true artist, you would take a risk and stink out the joint once in a while.
Purposefully stink out the joint.
Yeah, and if you want an opponent who stinks out the joint, I may be your man.
Oh, I think we're already there.
Bryan with a Y. That's not a cool fake wrestling name. That's legally your first name.
I did have it as a fake wrestling name for my last name.
Okay, yeah, but it's your real name. We're not doing that old swap thing anymore.
Oh,
This
okay.
is
We don't do
really
that?
you. We don't do that.
Oh, okay.
No, we don't do Roma Pole here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How did your parents have the insight that the Y would be cooler than the I?
So I think my dad really liked anything that goes beyond the normal line. You know,
Okay.
when you're learning how to write your letters and everything. So Y's dip below the normal line.
Sure.
And
Did your parents live in a van?
yes.
Okay, fair. However, your middle name is Lloyd.
Big L, little L, O-Y-D. Big L, little L, O-Y-D.
It's a fact that most middle Lloyds often hide. You're at peace with it.
Why would they hide?
People don't like the Lloyd name. There hasn't been a Lloyd for like 50 years. Lloyd Bridges was like the last Lloyd.
No, what about that one movie with that famous actor, Jim Carrey? He was
what movie was
Lloyd
this?
Christmas?
Lloyd Christmas.
What-
Yeah.
what-
Do you know
Dumb-
the title of
Dumb
the
and
movie?
Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. My point exactly. And why do we need the second L? How would you pronounce Lloyd any different if there was just one L? Would it be faster? Would it be like Lloyd?
Well, I suspect it was actually Spanish, and it was Yoid.
Okay.
Brian Yoid.
We don't need this
Danielson.
mocking etymology. You were born in Aberdeen, Washington.
Yeah.
Do you know the other wrestler that's from there?
No.
Yukon Eric.
Oh!
Yeah. You think you'll ever get a suede jacket and pal around with some huskies, that kind of thing? Because you seem
probably
like a nature guy.
It seems odd.
Yeah.
I am a nature guy.
Right.
We are nature.
Sure. And you, how do I put this correctly? You seem like the kind of person who has spoken to trees before.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you're almost like,
I touch them.
yeah, okay. Hey, Birch, what's going on?
I touch them.
Yeah, you're kind of like if Patagonia was a person. Do you understand what I'm saying?
What are you talking about?
It was a compliment. It's a compliment, I assure you.
Okay.
You know who else is from Aberdeen?
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, and he stole DDP's theme song. As the pride of Washington, are you ready to accept Kelsey Grammer as one of your own?
Is he not from Washington?
No, goodness no.
And what is his relation to
He
Washington?
moved. What is his relation? Remember,
Yeah.
Cheers was going on, and then he's like, I can't live here anymore. My wife, I'm going to go to Radio Seattle.
When did Cheers end?
What, in the 90s? Early
old
90s?
are you?
I'm not going to divulge it right now. What's your problem? You haven't seen Frasier?
I have not seen Frasier. Never seen a single episode. Is that based in Seattle?
Oh, my God. Well, you weren't listening. You've wrestled some long matches. Some
Yeah.
long, almost Ben-Hur-esque in their length.
Okay, how long was Ben-Hur?
Long. It was an epic, you know? But you've already got the job. So who are you trying to impress?
I would argue I'm not trying to impress anybody. I am trying to push myself to my physical and mental limits.
I would counter.
Or
Yeah.
I am trying to teach the youngsters to have
To not
better-
worry about commercial breaks.
to have better focus. To be
Okay.
able to watch something for a sustained period of time. That's what I would like my kids to be able to do, to sustain their focus.
Right.
And not be distracted by all these stupid things that appear on mobile phones. And
Oh, I don't know what they are. Yes, I'm superior to you because I don't like machines. I understand that. And you know, your kids are going to grow up not having seen Frasier or Cheers, and it's going to be a mess.
I haven't seen Frasier or Cheers.
My point exactly.
And my life is not a mess.
Okay. My question to you is, if you're so good, why does it take you so long? Why not just do a tight schoolboy and wrap it up in 6?
So I could.
Right. You just want to test everyone's patience as some sort of social good. Is that what you're going for?
Yeah.
It's just like Bruce Springsteen, you know? It's like, how was the Springsteen concert? Over 3 hours.
Is that what happens at Bruce Springsteen concerts?
You haven't seen Frasier, you haven't seen Cheers, and you're not familiar with Bruce Springsteen.
I'm familiar with Born in the USA was my very first entrance music that I did not choose.
Dear Lord.
But I have never been to a Bruce Springsteen concert, nor do I know anybody who's gone to one who has said to me that they were over 3 hours.
Okay, I just think maybe you should do an encore. You know, you do like 20, and then you do a small package, and then you go take a break, clear your throat, get some water. Then you come back, thunderous applause, and you go, okay, everybody, we're gonna do a little chain wrestling now. You know, mix it up a little. Be nice.
Well, I am Mr. Small Package.
I'll say. So I've heard. In the past, you've said some things about fruit that were a little uncouth.
Okay, can I?
Let me read you the quote. I have the direct quote. When I eat an apple, I'm essentially eating tree sperm. And what's worse is that I always see you backstage eating apples.
Yeah.
Go do it in a bathroom stall. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's your problem with that?
Well, it's just a lot to take in. I understand the point, but you said it in a way that was just a little too graphic for me.
What's graphic about that?
Well, let me put it like this. When it comes to
Are we not allowed to say sperm or semen? Does that invoke some sort of?
Yeah, the sex ed teacher over here. Listen,
you and me, baby,
Yeah.
ain't nothing but mammals.
Oh, so that you know, but you don't know Frasier. You don't know Cheers. What happened to you?
That song was on the radio.
So listen, when it comes to apple seeds, do you swallow?
No, I have actually swallowed apple seeds, yes.
Okay. You know, I once went on a date.
Okay.
I'll give you a minute.
You did what on a date?
There you go. You ever a vegetable?
Short answer, no.
Okay.
Long answer.
We don't have the time.
We don't have the time.
Are you still doing Goat Boy?
I don't know what that means.
Okay, good, because I felt like you were ripping off Jim Brewer, the great Jim Brewer.
Was he?
That whole thing, it was great. It was funny.
Who's Jim Brewer?
Okay, don't pretend that you haven't seen anything. You must have turned on the TV in a hotel.
I don't know who Jim Brewer is.
Oh, I'm going to show you a series of tapes, and it's going to just blow your mind. He's so subtle. Do you think it's time for another catchphrase? Let's sell some shirts. I know you've taken pains to not do your old catchphrases, whether they be in the affirmative or the negative. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I thought maybe you split the difference, and you do maybe, like that. You know, maybe, because people are unsure all the time. It's relatable. Or maybe even, What do you think about that? Like you're thinking about something. See?
I don't think that works for me.
What? You think about things all the time.
I do think about things
I asked you about apple seeds, and you went, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or maybe you could just eat an apple and spit it in people's faces. Can I give you another
Somebody's already
note?
done that. What?
Can I give you a note?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not crazy about this American Dragon nickname. I don't think it's gonna stick.
Oh, yeah.
Celtic Dragon, Chinese Dragon, I have a clear picture in my head.
To be fair, it's not my fault.
Okay, who do you want to blame?
Shawn Michaels. He said, you wrestle like a Japanese guy, so I'm going to call you the American Dragon, which I thought was like, I'm not sure that
Yeah, no, it doesn't make
makes
sense.
sense.
Because when I think of American Dragon, I picture Falcor from The Never-Ending Story, but he's wearing Ray-Bans and denying climate change.
Also,
you know what I mean?
never saw Never-Ending Story.
What a shock. What a shock. I'm so very surprised.
But that would be right in my wheelhouse. That came out when I was a child, and all my other friends had seen it,
Right,
and I never
but you
saw
were too
it.
busy drawing Ys with your father in a van.
Yep.
But you are, I'll say, a bit of an environmentalist.
Yeah.
What do you think the wrestling industry could do to reduce their carbon footprint?
Stop flying, everybody.
Okay. So we should just get in a van again?
No, more local wrestling promotions that are
Because
catered.
they do so well.
that are catered to local areas, like in the territories. But realistically, we have so many things to solve with climate change. One, population, too many people.
I'll say.
Two, the richer areas of the world need to minimize the way that they live. So they need to consume way less, including us.
Right.
So you should not be consuming those pants.
No. I'm not consuming them like you would an apple.
I suspect that your ass is consuming the pants.
How I like to feel, I don't think, is any of your business. You know, I like to know everything is there. You referred to yourself as the heart of professional wrestling. Who's the pancreas?
Oh, the pancreas is a very essential organ.
If you could just answer the question without giving the lecture on it, it'd be great.
Well, no, this is one of the things that I do really well, is I slow down so that I can think about a proper answer. One of the things about focus that's very important is the ability to tune out all the distractions and focus on who really could be the pancreas of professional wrestling. And if I had to choose, perhaps, one person, I would say Drew Gulak.
We're just naming as many people from different companies as we can. You sang on a track by anti-folk indie rock artist Kimya Dawson that was a tribute to Captain Lou Albano. Do you feel like you achieved mainstream success despite your best efforts?
Yes.
Fair enough, because when I think you're niche, you said when you come into the locker room, you don't want the boys isolated on your phones. We heard the phone rant. So you will sometimes, asexually, engage them in conversation about flaccid penises.
I suspect penis in the plural should be peni.
Peni, okay.
So we talk about flaccid peni.
So what's the icebreaker there? So you need good flaccid penises lately?
No, it's not.
Engage me in some hardened flaccid talk. Go ahead.
Okay, so one of the things that we like to talk about in the locker room is being multi-orgasmic men, right? And the ability to orgasm without ejaculating. And none of this has anything to do with sex, but the idea of being able to have multiple orgasms as a man, the way that women do, and then not ejaculate at all.
Right. And I'm going to trust the guy who hasn't even seen Cheers. If you want to raise...
Wait. What is the link between multiple orgasms and Cheers?
Kirstie Alley, BB Newirth, Shelley Long, Rhea Perlman. Yeah, take that one for a spin, and you start feeling these strange things. If you want to elevate the discourse, may I suggest you Google a duck's penis and then get back to me?
You should look at a gooey duck.
A gooey duck?
Spelled Geoduck. It's a giant clam that looks like a huge phallus. It might be my favorite species on planet Earth.
Yeah, maybe you should come out with one like Jake the Snake. You said you envision your last match being in front of 300 people at an indie show. I get it, because that would make me want to stop too. So is that the idea, just to bottom out completely?
No, I like the intimate atmosphere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You strike me as somebody who doesn't necessarily like intimacy. You like just very strange, off-putting jokes.
I'm not afraid of intimacy. You don't think we've grown in intimacy, even just in these few minutes we've had together?
No. I think we've separated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, this has been a grapple. And you may not think that you're the greatest wrestler of all time, but I'd like to see Lou Thez eat out an apple and not get hard by it. Off the record, you're married to one of the Del Rubio triplets.
I don't actually exist.
I'll say.